Alright, welcome back to another episode of 80 Days, and we're gonna try to get to... departs before 7 p.m. I could do that, or... we come down here... depart before 1 p.m. Alright, let's go back to the town really fast. Let's see... 1 p.m. is gonna go quickly. Wind scarf, music box, pressure gauge. No. Let's depart. Oops. Alright, let's go. Go, go. Okay, whew. Made it out of there in time. Taking a little car. So it looks like we're going to take a boat across. We hired a private driver with an oil-guzzling Bozek car who took off at high speed once we were aboard. I did not believe it would make the long journey. It appeared to be reinforced with metal strips and brackets. I slept the whole way? How about I slept the whole way? I slept the whole way. It seemed the best plan to survive the ordeal. Let's converse. How about we converse about the journey? 4 days, I believe. Early days. About his health. In roaring health, we must make haste. Okay. Alright, going into Venice. By midday, we had crested the mountains, and our journey down was almost steam-free. I relished the fresh air, and I could see my master did as well. And then there was the Adriatic Sea, sparkling as though encrusted with jewels. Thoughts of grimy London flew from my head. This was the life. In short, the car did not explode and we were rowed across the Gulf to the city of canals. The lamps were just being lit. Then we lost ourselves in the narrow, winding alleys, enjoying the smells of grilled fish and red wine and the sparkling glass from shop windows. This was a pretty place we had arrived in, indeed. Okay, we're getting about 10 p.m. The medallion should be could be sold here handsomely. Sold handsomely here. Let's plan. Where's the... if I take this next trip... that's across the road, actually. Oh no, this is across the water. Looked weird. How about we go... departs tomorrow. Arrives Tuesday. Arrives Sunday. I think I'm just gonna go across. Yeah, maybe catch a ride down here. Let's go with that. Departs tomorrow. We have, what seems like enough money. Let's do the hotel. As I walked along a canal side in Venice, I found myself in the midst of a group of revelers. They wore a fabulous array of masks, some beak-nosed, others feathered, and even some spun of fine glittering wire. I extricated myself from the raucous group, wondering what my master would think of the notion of a mask instead of a top hat to complement one's evening attire. The revelers continued along the canal bank, singing songs and drinking from open bottles of red wine. I went back to Monsieur Fogg, without a backward glance, hearing the unmistakable splash of someone falling into the canal in the distance. My character is now organized. 7 a.m. When do I have to depart? I'm not going to have time. 7. If I sell the medallion. Okay. Go back. Let's plan. Depart. We're gone. We're gone. We're gone. Go. Alright. Aegean Ferry. We left Italy directly, boarding a ferry to take us to Athens via the port of Partus on the east coast. Get something to drink here. Let's attend to Fogg. The boat was crowded with little room for luggage or preamble. Let's see. But with plenty of characters, so I stayed out of trouble below decks. So I stayed out of trouble below decks and attended to Monsieur Fogg. Yeah, I don't wanna get mixed up with some sort of characters. Let's go ahead and take care of Fogg here. We're gonna roll in and through Athens. The ferry plowed on through the sun-dappled waters. I spent my time aboard. Tending to my master's state and keeping him comfortable, but I had a sense that he found my ministrations more weary than relaxing. I did not fight him, but found a viewpoint from which to enjoy the company of other passengers. The evening drew in the boat, turning towards the hovering coastline, and we docked at Patras, where a small fleet of chuffing cars waited to take us across to Athens. Well, now, this journey is proving more tiring than expected. Yes, he took some... When do I have to depart tomorrow? Leave before 7 p.m. Okay, so I have a little bit of time. Let's go ahead and hotel for the night. Let's look at the market really fast. My master was not, as a rule, particularly interested in fabulous locales and exotic cities we journeyed through. Athens was the exception that proved the rule. His sudden interest was not limited to the city. He fixed me with a look. Do you speak Greek? I did, though. It was not going into the circumstances. I did, though. I will not go into circumstances. I spent a glorious summer with a Greek contortionist. Sure, why not? Who could do the most elegant? I have no idea. Okay. I smiled sharply, repeating a few of the phrases taught to me by my paramour. Monsieur Fogg blushed vermilion. That passepartout, he cleared his throat, is a very specialized vocabulary. Despite my master's grasp of ancient Egypt, the demotic variant, more commonly spoken on the streets, eluded him. We were reduced to asking directions through a combination of mime, opposite quotations from Homer, my master, and half-remembered flattery. We picked our way through the labyrinth streets of Palka, and up to the Acropolis. I gazed. I watched Monsieur Fogg as he looked upon the Parthenon's magnificent columns. Though his lips did not so much as twitch, he looked for a brief moment joyous. Joyous. I knew it. I knew that under the icy interior, the Englishman's reserve lurked a soul. It was impossible to feign such joy. As we stood admiring the architecture, I was rudely knocked into by a small man with thick glasses. My hand flew to my wallet to ensure it was still there. But it was. The man blushed red at the gesture. my apologies, he murmured. I left it at that. Too occupied with the sights, perhaps, I suggested cheerfully, and the man smiled. I must have seen it many times before, though. Yes, it's most impressive. He put out his hand to shake. Dmitri Sophos. I am the owner of the a modest shipping freight company based here. And where do you sail? I inquired. Sophos smiled and pulled a pamphlet from his jacket that detailed the routes and timings. One of the most interesting was a boat sailing to Cairo, which was leaving the next day. I thanked him, though it seemed unlikely we would take it. Oh, Cairo. Can I view the... Sorry about that. Can I view this? Cancel. How do I get back to this here? There's no way to look at the map from here? Oh, man. I think that though it seemed unlikely we'd take it, he beamed and wobbled. A man with sea legs, I observed. Monsieur Fogg, still gazing longingly at the pavilion, did not... Or Parthanthan. Oh, man. I'm having a hard time today. Hold on. Parthenon. Thank you. I needed to lubricate. Did not reply. I doubt he noticed a word of the entire exchange. Okay, so I can go to Cairo. Ooh. What time is it? When do I have to depart? If I go to Cairo... Oh, I'd have to leave right now. Alright, I'm off. Go. I hope his ferry's good. We found our way to Sophos Ferry Terminal in good time and waved a greeting to the owner, who was visiting to inspect his fleet. Passepartout, he cried cheerfully. You will join with me and drink some resina? Monsieur Fogg lifted an eyebrow and said nothing. I would, I replied, but I cannot. Where was that? I cannot. We must continue our journey. Sophos nodded. Of course, I will not delay you. We clambered aboard Sophos Ferry, finding some space between barrels of olives and large packed crates that smelled of fish. Soon the rope slipped from its ring and we were away. My relation has strengthened. Let's go ahead and take care of him since he's smelling of fish. Let's see here. We were away. Next up, Cairo and the coast of Africa. The journey was mercilessly brief, perhaps because the crew were so feckless. Only at the last moment did they start to move, swarming the rigging and the masts and bringing us slowly into the bustling port of Alexandria. As we came ashore, I gasped at the sight of the towering lighthouse that blazed a beacon of incredible golden light across the water. I have never seen such a structure. Clearly something was afoot in this town. The sailor gestured for us to follow. From the port, it was a short carriage ride to Cairo. Yeah, we're gonna go. In fine form, we must make haste. Problem is... I don't have... Cairo is attempting to modernize, following the Persian model. The result is a mishmash of tree-lined streets with maze-like sulks. Of course, the people do not care, and most certainly do not dress like Parisians. I did not venture far. I feared that one look at my easy French gaze and the effortless dress would simply shame these would-be Parisians too greatly. Yeah, we need to explore. Okay, got several routes I can go to. It took a few hours to explore, investigating the various options for how we might continue our journey. I want to go to the market too. A bolt of silk. Beaten gold ring, ginger. I don't need any of this. Let's get out of here. Let's oh, shoot. Okay, I didn't want to press that. I do want to go to Suez and take the boat. Yep, let's go. Another Bolzek car. We found a private driver to take us to Suez. The journey was quick enough. The roads here in Egypt are surprisingly well maintained, and the car itself ran efficiently. I did not want to attempt feint, so I stayed quiet and we arrived without fuss an hour or so later. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I want to take this boat here. Seems there's no way to depart today. We should explore a little. Okay, if we can't depart today, how about we go to the bank? Let's see. Same thing. I can get 700 for tomorrow. Let's take 700 for tomorrow. Gotta return tomorrow to collect my funds. Probably like 10. Ooh, Caribbean timetable. I want to buy that. And, do I need his timetable? Probably don't need his timetables anymore. I probably don't need the European timetables either. But I'm gonna keep it. Okay, interesting. If I can get to the US, I've got some routes that I've discovered. Alright, let's plan. Ooh, nice. Arrives next Monday, 710. Tomorrow by 2. Departs tomorrow for Bombay at 2 p.m. Hopefully I can get my money. Okay, let's go back to Suez. Let's grab the hotel. 2 p.m. We need to make it by 2 p.m. A uniformed lamplighters lit the gas lamps as the sun set over Suez, bathing the wide avenues of the city in a smoky yellow glow. I enjoyed this city without thinking too hard about its curious existence, booming like a little flower with the desert all around it. All around. Funds at 12 p.m. I gotta leave by 2. Ooh, let's explore for 4 hours. Okay. I took a cup of tea in an extravagant little tea shop in Suez. I kept myself to myself when a dark-skinned patron in impeccable tailored but oil-stained jacket entered. I caught the well-dressed man's eye, and he came over to my table and greeted me softly with a softly accented French. Oliver Lapointe. Dirigible pilot at your service, monsieur. That certainly explained the oil stains all over his otherwise excellently cut garments. A most adventurous profession. As you say, monsieur, he said happily. My ship, the Games, departs soon on her maiden voyage. Oh, where is she heading? I asked curiously. Monsieur Lapointe sipped his tea. Not far. Our destination is the province capital of Khartoum in Sudan. He gave me his card and a vivid description of the Gambly. I had no doubt that I would spot Monsieur Laporte's airship at the docks if we could desire to travel next to Khartoum. Yeah, I have no interest in going there. I do have interest, however. I gotta do 2 p.m., right? Yeah, departs at 2. And get to the bank. Man, if I miss this. Get to the bank, get my funds, depart. That's what I need to do. Get to the bank, get my funds, depart. Don't miss this. Come on. As soon as it goes 12. Bink. Okay. Ooh, 2. Return to collect our funds once more. No, 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 no. Give me. Oh, did I miss it? Oh, let's go. Oh, no. Tomorrow at 2. Well, I missed it. I lost a day for money. Shoot. What's in the market? Nothing. I can point true north in the thickest of weather. A hand mirror. Ah, how frustrating. I lost one day. I don't want to depart there. Shoot. Alright, let's just camp the night again. With what remained of the day, I attended Monsieur Fogg. Okay, let's get out of here. Well, I needed the money. I don't know what to say. I needed the money. P&O liner, Mongolia. The dock was crowded with people, cheering one and another along. There was much clatter and many embraces, as I suppose long-distance journeys must always attract, but none of the attention was for us, of course. Or now, perhaps not. I fancied a sense... I sensed a pair of eyes. I sensed a pair of eyes fixed on us as we made our way aboard the Mongolia. Perhaps the sight of a true English gentleman is a wonderful rarity in these parts. But when I looked about, they were gone. Let's go with that, as though whoever had been watching us had quickly ducked away. Let's take care, Fogg. The steamer Mongolia was built of iron and 2,800 tons burden and 500 horsepower. She sailed as grandly as a duchess out of Port Suez. A magnificent sight, I cried, watching the grand hotels and gaslit gardens of the city recede into the distance. Monsieur Fogg looked upon them dismissively. There will be many more such sights to come, for we have quite a distance yet to travel. My master, I was learning, was an unvying as the ship's chronometers. I longed to see some warmth. Oh, let's see. Did I find it comforting? Maybe. I found it comforting. To serve such a reliable personages. Certainly he was incurious and perhaps most indifferent, but he was also dauntless. Without doubt, he was an eccentric gentleman upon an even more eccentric quest. But he was my eccentric gentleman, and I was determined to do my duty. My relation with Fogg strengthened. Let's see. Oh, I didn't get much chance to take care of that. I should have hit that button right away. Let's definitely do this. Okay, do we stop in Jeddah? Monsieur Fogg spent the day playing Wish with Sir Francis, a tall, fair fellow who was an old India hand, as they say in the trade. Seems Sir Francis was traveling the full distance to Bombay. Good town, he declared. Good artificers, too. On the evening of the second day, we approached the city of Jeddah on the east coast of the Gulf. I'm not going to stop. Curious sight, but no interest. I went below and left the world to sail on by. I befriended an extraordinarily whiskered fellow passenger who introduced himself as Monsieur Fix, and evidence of flattering interest in my travels. "Are you making a tour of the world in 80 days?" he exclaimed, eyes wide as saucer. Oh, wow. Do I tell him it's a wager or tell him we're pretending? Let's go pretending, I assured him. No doubt my master has some other reason in mind. I am of the opinion that we will cease all these gymnastics at Bombay. Monsieur Fix looked suddenly rather shrewd. It must be an expensive business, all this travel. My master is a gentleman, I said repressively, for I considered it gauche to discuss financial matters. Or is that gauche? Yes, of course, my companion agreed laughingly, though his mustache twitched like a pendulum. All the same, what a singular endeavor. Let's see, Sir Francis, good day to you, Passepartout. Begin my conversation with Bombay. What can you tell me of Bombay? Is there a large artificer guild outpost at Bombay? How about Bombay to Madras? I believe so. Bombay is linked to Madras aboard the Madras Mall. Madrid to Singapore? Looks here, merchants have sent a huge amount for handheld mirrors from Singapore. Oh, good. That gets me across. That's beautiful. Monsieur Fix was a most congenial fellow and possessed all manner of useful knowledge. I asked him what he knew of Aden, the Mongolians' next stop. It's a refueling stop for the European trade with the Indian subcontinent, as you know, he told me. Though there is a fast boat to Muscat, which is a notorious airship pirate port. Where was the route? Oh, here's the route. Yeah, well, I don't want to go there. Let's attend to Fogg. Let's attend to Fogg again. Let's attend to Fogg again. We gotta get him back up. There we go. Monsieur Fix dragged me up on deck saying only, you will not want to miss this, my friend. Through the sea mist, I saw the immaculate city of Aden nestled in the caldera of a volcano, bound by sheer black cliffs and crystal blue sea. My God, I blasphemed, secure in the knowledge that any passing deity would forgive me given the magnificent sight before my eyes. Perhaps your master would want to see it also, Fix asked. I could send one of the deckhands to fetch him. My master is rarely fetched, I replied. I said archly. Indeed not, remarked a voice from behind us. I turned to see my master emerging from below decks. Monsieur Fix stiffened and glanced at my master. I made to introduce the two, but neither seemed interested. Monsieur Fix drifted away along the rail, and my master tapped his finger on the rail with pleasure. The shipping lanes outside Aden were busy. We passed close enough to other steamers to make out individual passengers taking a turn above deck. A little boy leaned over the railing and waved at me. I waved back and grinned. Monsieur Fogg gave me a look as if he chided me for making a spectacle of myself, but I was too taken by that child's expression of artless joy to take my master's disapproval much to heart. And so we began the second and much longer part of our journey to Bombay. A few days which would prove most eventful. Oh man, I don't... Can I bail? What, let's see here. Day 16, 7:20 p.m. Day 16, 7:20 p.m. I'm actually going to call this episode's going a little bit long, so it did save. I appreciate you guys joining me. Thank you so much for bearing with me reading through all this. And if you like the series, put a like, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Please remember to hit that like button if you like the video, and subscribe to our channel so you can stay on top of all of our latest video releases. I release content almost every day. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.